So it sounds like Xbox has been given an ultimatum from Microsoft. Become profitable or else. Look at this. Satya Nadella demands Xbox returns to growth by 2027, but revenue is falling and every console loses money. So, this is the reason why I think that Xbox has not responded to the backlash of the whole Sony disc situation as to whether they will continue, to print discs. See, there's a difference between continuing to support discs. Okay, because all you have to do is provide a way for people to continue to play their discs. But continuing to print discs, to manufacture discs, is a whole other thing. Now, it's key in the title here because it says, look, it demands that you return to growth. To return to as much growth as possible, they would also want to go all digital, just like Sony is doing. But Sony's being greedy, okay? Sony's being greedy. They're continuing to print vinyl and CDs for music, but they won't do the physical for games. And gamers are pissed off, and rightfully so. They should continue to, okay? They're not allowing people to collect anymore, to trade anymore, to sell anymore, okay? Messing up a whole lot of stuff. And they already said that they're moving cautiously forward with this. Cautiously means they're scared, they're worried, and things could change. So continue to make your opinion known, gamers. Now, with Xbox not answering, they know that to fully realize as much revenue as possible, they would have to stop printing discs, but it would not be favorable to them, just like it's not favorable to Sony. And see, Xbox is already in the doghouse. They don't want to be in the doghouse anymore. I think that they should continue to print discs and be very aggressive in their marketing and getting exclusives, okay? Making sure they have the best system out there and being as consumer friendly as possible, because if they do that, they could be at the mountaintop over Sony if they play their cards right. It says here, following the big Xbox reset incanted by Division Chief Executive Officer Asha Sharma, which laid off 1,600 employees with another 1,600 jobs to be cut later, there was a lot of curiosity about Microsoft's quarterly earnings report. Unsurprisingly, while Microsoft as a whole beat forecasts and recorded its strongest year yet, with revenue rising 18% or more, than $331 billion in operating income, increasing 21% more than $155 billion. Xbox's decline continued. Chief Financial Officer Amy Hood informed investors that Xbox revenue fell by 10%, with 11% decline when adjusted for constant currency. Revenue from Xbox content and services also dropped by 10% compared to previous year, which had benefited from strong first-party content performance, including the launch of Doom Dark Ages and ports such as massively successful PS5 version of Forza Horizon 5. Segments of growth margin dollars decreased by 2%, while the gross margin percentage improved year over year, driven by reduced amortization costs from acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Operation expenses rose by 8%, primarily due to ongoing investments in shared R&D and impairment charges related to Xbox. Operating income declined by 14%, with operating margins decreasing year over year to 21%. In the immediate future, things don't exactly look rosy either. Hood added that Microsoft forecasts Xbox content and services revenue to decline in the mid-single digits, and hardware revenue should also decline year over year. Perhaps more interesting than financials is the brief statement shared by Satya Nadella. When it comes to Xbox, we are making the necessary decisions required across our content portfolio, platform, and operations to reset the business for long-term growth. We have the best IP in the industry. That rhymes, they need to play the game bars. I got that from Tyrone Magnus. What's happening, Magnus? I swear to God, it's written right there. What's happening, Nadella? What's happening, man? And talented studios around the world, and believe we can bring these strengths together and expect to return the business growth in fiscal 2027. So if he believes this statement, then they could definitely do something. You remember how much of a problem Sony had if they were to go fully exclusive with Call of Duty? You remember that? They would destroy Sony. But didn't they go to court for that and they couldn't, or they decided not to, or whatever? They could go, right? They could do that if they wanted to. Y'all let me know, because I know some of y'all know the specifics more of that than I do, but they could totally take control if they did that with Call of Duty, correct? And it's like Sony would just have to find their own Call of Duty. With those numbers returning to growth as early as next year sounds like a tall order, especially at the juncture. According to recent reports, Xbox is still losing money on each console, even after the imminent price hike. Damn! Due to the component crisis, and Microsoft itself expects to... Yeah, and with the component crisis, all these companies are suing the RAM people. Like, this is a whole big cluster. You know what, man? My God, hopefully Nadella isn't referring to another massive wave of layoffs across the internal studios, as that would be a massive blow to the Xbox first-party pipeline. Not to mention another personal disaster. Yo. I hope they can do it. Because you can't continue to let Sony run roughshod. The way they're acting, the way they're destroying their reputation. Like I no longer will call myself a Sony guy. Yeah, I'm done with that. Like with the way they've behaved, with the stuff that they've been doing, like over and over and over. Like it's just at this point, I have Sony product. It's what I game on, but no. I'm not a Sony guy no more. I'm definitely not a Nintendo guy. But you never know. I could become an Xbox guy. I could definitely jump ship and become an Xbox guy. Right now, I'm just in the middle, waiting to see what everybody does. But over the years, watch my video called Why I Hate Nintendo. You'll totally understand me, gamer to gamer. Trust me, you will. That one opened a lot of people's eyes to how big of a gamer I was. Especially when I was younger. But, yeah, I'll probably never be a Nintendo guy again. Ever. With how they treat people in businesses and their lawsuits and the stuff they do. Fuck it out of here. But, I'll never trust Sony again. Ever. You know what I'm saying? And you never know. Xbox could come out the king if they play the cards right. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think about this situation. And I'll see you in the next video. 10 million subscribers. Woo!